Hello. So happy you guys can be here. I'm Katie from Simply Earth, and I am very excited to share with you two new products today. We're going to talk about our DIY candle kit, our Blessings DIY candle kit, along with our August recipe box. And this is going to be super fun. These products I love. You're going to love them. So I'm really excited to show them with you. Say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. We've got Doris from Florida. Hey, Doris. So glad you could join. And Doreen in Louisiana. Valerie is here. And Lauren from Washington. We've got Jackie in Florida. So glad you guys could join. All right, so I have links below this video, a couple handy links. One of them is this checklist that will walk you through our recipe box and recipes. So I'd love for you to check that out and print it off or have it to reference when you get your box so that you can really get the most out of it and experience your box. Stacy in Wisconsin, where we are located. Hello, Stacy, and Nikki in New York. So if we haven't met yet, my name is Katie. I'm a co-founder of Simply Earth and certified aromatherapist. And this is our Simply Earth recipe box, our tool to teach people how to make natural products for their homes using ingredients like essential oils, soy wax, so non-toxic products that you can really enjoy in your home and enjoy making them, because DIY is just so much fun and we love sharing that experience. It's a subscription box, and if you're a new subscriber, you will get a big bonus box with beeswax, coconut oil, containers, and a couple other ingredients, and your recipe box will be inside that box. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love for you to join our amazing community. I've got a link below. And if you use the code TXTFlower, you can get a free flower diffuser in your recipe box. So great way to test out your essential oils and smell them. And I use it all the time. I've got one on my desk over there that I try new blends out with every day that I work. And just for fun at home. Hi, Mary in Arkansas. Cool. So let's go ahead and dive into our recipe box, and then we will dive into our DIY kit. So first off, our recipe box, which has a new theme every month. August, we are looking at candles. So we are learning how to make candles with natural ingredients. And let's go. It's fall. August, I think, is a great time for making candles. Get some of those amazing fall scents that start coming into play, like clove and cassia and so many good smells. And we are going to be putting them into candles. So in your recipe box, when you get yours, I recommend taking everything out, looking at it, because this is like a little treasure box. Take it out, look at it, and flip through your recipe cards, figure out what you're most excited to try, and then find your sticker sheet, set it aside. Once you've made a recipe or all 6 recipes, there's a little badge sticker here that you can put on your map that you get in your first recipe box. It's a little trifold piece of paper, and on it, there's a little map that you can put your stickers on as you achieve learning how to create a new month. So August, we are making candles. September, we'll be making something different. And there will be a different badge guide there that you can put on your hero map. So next, let's talk about your extras. I'm following along on this checklist that I've linked below. It's a nice way for me to walk through it, and it's a nice way for you to experience your box too. So I've got a free candle guide that should be linked below, along with August 21. I'll be making some of these recipes live here on YouTube. There's an event for it on Facebook that you might see in your feed if you're on Facebook and follow us. And you can click that and you'll get notified to go live. We also sent out email reminders for that. So if you'd like to join me in making some DIY candle recipes live, come hang out on August 21. So let's talk about the oils in this month's box, and tell me in the comments what oil you're most excited for, or if you've used it before, what you love using it with. And let's get started. So first off, we have an oil that is perfect for summer because it is citronella, which is famous for its ability to help ward off insects. And it smells just like citronella. If you've bought a citronella candle before, I'm raising my eyebrows at you because this is a candle themed box. It's comes from the plant citronella, and essential oils are created by plants to have natural properties to support their health and attract pollinators. So citronella's essential oil is especially good at warding off predators, which for a citronella plant is bugs, or one of their predators is bugs. So they create this essential oil. Citronella plants creates this essential oil to help protect themselves, and we get to use some of those same benefits in the products we make. So first off, citronella. Next up is one of my all-time favorites essential oils, and that is bergamot essential oil. It smells kind of orangey, but it's got floral notes to it. It's quite a bit different than just regular orange, and I love it. It's really fun to blend with other oils, so make sure to try your essential oils in different combinations as you get them. Next up, we have cassia essential oil. Cassia smells like cinnamon, but it's sweeter. Like, it's going to remind you of cinnamon, but it's a lot sweeter than cinnamon. I love it, and it does well in candles. A lot of essential oils don't do that well in candles because they're made for the plant to protect themselves from predators. They aren't making them for candles. They aren't making them to be burned and release a fragrance. But cassia does do well in candles. That's one of the reasons we have it in this box. And it has that perfect fall aroma that's sweet and spicy. It is an irritating oil. So make sure if you want to use it in a skincare recipe, so a product you put on the skin, make sure to follow dilution guidelines. No essential oil should be put right on their skin. It should be diluted first, which we do for you in our recipes. But if you're wanting to create your own recipes with oils, double check the dilution rate. We have a really handy dilution chart that I've linked below this video. Oils like cassia have a special dilution rate that should be used in very small amounts in DIY recipes. And next up, timber essential oil, and this has a woodsy vanilla aroma. I like to use it in like beard oil recipes or recipes for my husband because it's got kind of a masculine scent. It is woodsy and sweet, and you can use it for skincare recipes, and it's really great. So tell me in the comments what oils you are most looking forward to. If you've used them before, tell us what you love to use them in. We've got timber, cassia, citronella, and bergamot. Subscribers can swap out oils. So if you're interested in doing that, you can just go to your Simply Earth account, click don't click that one. Scroll down to the bottom and you'll see your upcoming boxes, and you'll have the option to swap out oils there. All right, so I'm going to hop into your comments here. Lauren says bergamot is great. Jackie, you have a question about a guide in our team. If you have got a question like that, our team is happy to help. You can send an email to help@simplyearth.com. Brenda says she loves timber essential oil. Doreen and Nikki are voting for cassia. We've got some votes for bergamot. Doris says citronella and bergamot. Jackie says she loves all of them. They're great like summer. They're great oils to transition from summer to fall. Like summer doesn't officially end until like September 21, but August as kids go back to school, it kind of has that vibe of shifting, and these are some great oils for that in both aromas and uses. Nikki is asking, is there a recipe to dye candles using mica powder? Great question. Micas can tint the color of wax, but they can clog the wick. So mica isn't generally recommended for coloring your candles. You can do it, like it will color the wax, but it could affect the burn of your candles. So I typically just keep my candles plain. But you can try mica powder. People do use it. We don't have recipes with that because it can clog the wick. Brenda says she's used citronella for a bug repellent. That's a great use for it. Darlene likes timber. Julia likes bergamot. Welcome, Diane from Arizona. Awesome. So here's a look at your oils. Once you smell each of them or try them in your diffuser, we've got a little spot on this checklist to check that off because it is so satisfying to check things off. And when you smell the essential oils and experience them, you are doing a wonderful thing. And so checking that off helps mark that achievement. It is an achievement, opening your box, smelling the oils. It's a great step in creating a more natural home. When you smell something, it'll help inspire you to work with it and create your recipes. So next up, let's meet our ingredients. In your recipe box, you will find floating wicks, a mini DIY candle kit for a 1-ounce candle, and beeswax sheets with a wick. And all these things are so much fun. I just want to make them right now in this video. But I'll save that for my live workshop. But I'll give you some tips and tricks. Oh, and you get a wick centering tool. So some things to note are floating candle wicks. You need to assemble them, but they are very easy to assemble. So what you'll do is you'll open this little package. And there's a little marker on the wick tab, and you just put the wick through there like this. Ta-da! And now you have a wick that will float on top of water. You will want to have that foil side up. And the cork side, that side will go on the water. So you'll have some water, and then, I'll talk about that more when I walk you through the different recipes you'll make. So you assemble it like that. You get 3 of them. So you can make 3 separate candles. You can also put all 3 wicks in one candle. Next up, we have our DIY candle kit. So this little kit includes 1 ounce of soy wax, a cotton wick, and a wick sticker. So you'll find all 3 of those items inside this little kit. What you'll do is you'll take your wick sticker, apply it to the bottom of your wick, and then you will need a 1-ounce jar, or that's similar to a votive-sized candle. So where is mine? I'll grab that in a second. So I see people, you might have a 1-ounce jar at home. You can get one from us and add it to your box and get 10% off. I've also seen people make this candle there's a yogurt that comes in a glass jar. People will use that glass jar if that's something that they have in their house. You can reuse other candle vessels. Make sure that they're heat safe though, and always keep an eye on it while it burns. And there's lots of cool candle holders, containers that you can use. It's similar to a votive size candle. Okay, so super simple way to make your own candle kit. We also have these available on our website. So if you want to have a little candle making party, These little kits make it so easy. My friend had a bridal shower recently, and they made candles at it, and they had a blast. And they used these kits. All right, and next up, you guys are going to see, if you follow me on Aromatherapy Katie, you guys are going to see some really fun videos and pictures of me making these candles with my girls. I had so much fun doing this. So beeswax sheets are really cool. It's a melt-free, mess-free way to make a candle. What you'll do is you'll take this wick that's included in your bag and place it along the wax. You can choose what orientation you do. You can have a long, skinny candle or a shorter, wider candle, or you can even like trim a wick and cut this wax in half and roll it up around the wick to make a little like birthday candle. So you can play around with that. I've also made candles where I've cut the wax on a diagonal, and that creates like a spiral spinny candle. These candles don't have a long burn time. That's something to note. But they are really fun to make and are mess free, and they're really unique and cute looking because it's made out of beeswax and it comes in sheets that looks like this. Just really cool. Beeswax, when it burns, creates a light most similar to sunlight out of all the waxes. So I love a good beeswax candle, or try to be intentional about using beeswax in my candles during the winter time, because where we live in Wisconsin, it gets dark at like 4 during the darkest times of the year. And I know people living more north than us have it even darker sooner. And that can be a tough time of year. So beeswax candles are a great way to help support you through that and create that, I'm going to say the word wrong, hygge, Hygge, that famous Danish culture of making your space super cozy. And beeswax sheet candles are a great way to do that. So let's take a look at what you can make with this month's box. So you get 6 different recipes. You always get a diffuser blend and roll-on blend in the subscription box. And the diffuser blend is called Sunset Trail, which is really fun. Or is this the June one? Did I get that? I mean, July. I might have grabbed the wrong one. Let me check this. Oh, nope, I'm right. Okay. I was just thinking about this. So it made me feel like it had already passed. Because our favorite bike trail, we as a family love to bike. Our favorite bike trail is up in Door County. So if you're familiar with that, woohoo. And it's called Sunset Bike Trail, and it is beautiful. So that's kind of inspired by that. And it smells really good. The smell reminds me of Door County. It's perfect. It's got that little spice of cassia, plus the sweetness of timber, and then that citrusy forest type feel with bergamot and citronella come together. I love it. Sunset Bike Trail. So I hope you love it too. It's usually one of people's favorite recipes. Is always our diffuser blend. Next up, we have a roll-on blend called Fresh Escape because it can help uplift your mood. Roll-on is an on-the-go way to get aromatherapy support. You make a handy roll-on that dilutes the essential oil in carrier oil, so it's safe to apply to the skin. You can apply it wherever you want mostly, but you usually add it to pulse points and breathe in deep. To get those aromatherapy benefits. It's also kind of a light perfume. All right, next up is wax melts, and these are really fun. You can make it in this green mold that we'll put inside your first recipe box, or if you've got other molds at home, you can have fun putting it in different molds. And this blend is called Timber and Citrus Bliss, and it uses bergamot, cassia, and timber. The smells in this one's box are so great. So if you're not able to have a candle in your house, or you have someone who prefers wax melts over candles, this is also a great gift. And it smells really good. Love it. And it holds its scent well. This wax melt was made a couple months ago, and it's just really great. Okay. Next up, I'm going to show you the itty bitty candle that you make. Aww. And it's called Cozy Nook Candle, so perfect for its name. You use the little soy wax candle kit that gives you what you need minus the jar to create this cozy little candle. And I can't wait to burn this and read my current book. I'm loving it. I love to read, so. And creating that special reading vibe just adds to it. Okay. Next up, we have our Patio Breeze citronella candle. So perfect for patio back deck. Our mosquitoes, they have not been bad all year, but in the past week or so, they have found us. And in order to enjoy it, we need a citronella candle. So if you're like us and could use some reprieve from the mosquitoes, this is a perfect recipe. So it's a floating candle. So this is water in here, and it's got a layer of oil on top that you'll add. This candle will continue to burn as long as there's oil on top. Once the oil runs out, it'll naturally extinguish. You can also just blow it out. But you can refresh your candle as needed. So if you run out of oil, you can just add more. And you can have a lot of fun making these. So Musette, my coworker, made this one, and she put, I think this is dried star fruit and dried kiwis, along with to get this kind of cool floating look. You can use these. These are like water beads that kids play with, but florists use them. They're clear. Whoop. Can you see that? And that creates this really cool floating look. And I made these with my kids as well. And they added little unicorn toys, and they're the cutest. I can't wait to show you guys. And so you'll see those on my page soon. And they did such a good job, and we had so much fun making them. So a lot of different things you can fill with this. I've seen really pretty ones that have lemons in them. You can make this be any size you want. So the ones I see of lemons are usually big mason jars with lemons in it, or flowers look super pretty. You do want to be careful that they don't go over the surface of the candle, because then they can become a fire hazard. You want to make sure they are completely submerged. And you'll, of course, want to follow normal candle safety of keep an eye on it as it burns, keep it out of reach of kids and pets, and keep it out of windy situations. Floating candles are actually considered more safe than traditional candles, because if they tip over, they will most likely extinguish themselves with the water that's in the vase. And anything with water in it will eventually go bad, so you'll want to refresh this candle. These wicks last a really long time, so you can have fun with that, creating different designs or replacing the wicks, which are available on our website. And then the last candle you'll make is you'll actually make 3 of these, is those beeswax candles that I talked about. So if you make it this way, you'll get a tall, thin candle. If you make it this way, you'll get a short, wide candle, and you can decide how you do that. We've got tutorials on our blog of how to do it all these different ways, or you can cut it diagonally and create like a twirled look, and that's really fun. You'll want to make sure that you roll it tightly. I have very warm hands, and so it's pretty easy for me to roll it up. But if you tend to be cold, you might want to get a hair dryer to warm up the wax a little bit. You might also notice some cracking as you twirl it up. You can use the heat from your hands to push the wax back together and kind of melt it back together just using the heat from your hand. Or if you have very cold hands, you can use a hair dryer and gently heat it. You don't want to melt it. You just want to gently heat it enough so that it rolls easily, and that if you notice some cracking, you can heat it up and bring that cracking back together. And they're just really pretty, fun candles. Beeswax sheets have a natural smoky scent to them, which is kind of cool. And with our recipe, it's fun to add essential oils to things, so we did. And you can put essential oils on a cotton ball and then scrape it across the wax. If you don't want to do that, though, you don't have to. You can just roll it up, and you won't have that subtle essential oil aroma added to your candle. So when I made this with my kids, I just skipped the essential oils and rolled it up so that it wouldn't get on their fingers as they rolled it. But you can decide how you want to do that. You'll also need a candle holder for these. So a way to keep your candle upright and safe. And you may want to, depending on the width of your candle holder, like this one's a little wide, you can push down the candle to secure it, like so. Okay, let me see some of your comments. Darlene loves the wax melt, loves wax melts. They're so much fun to make. I have another I get to so I'm working on things in the future, and then I just want to share them all. In December, we have a really fun wax melt recipe that I'm excited for. It's going to be in one of our DIY kits. So I hope you enjoy that one too. And water beads tend to float on the surface in a floating candle. These, as long as they're hydrated, it depends on how full you fill it. Water beads tend to sink. And if you fill it up high enough, it will be above the water beads, like this one. I don't know if you can see that. So the water beads are kind of in line with this, and then the oil is sitting right on top. But you also don't have to use the water beads. You have fun with it. My daughters just glued the unicorns to the bottom of the jar, and that worked great. Or I've seen people make it with shells that they collect on holiday. And yeah, you can have a lot of fun with it. Lauren, you're asking, when making wax melts, do you recommend using a larger mold instead of the smaller ones? Since everybody gets this mold in their first box, we made the recipe to fit in it, but you can use whatever you'd like. A smaller mold works great. It would fill more cavities of a smaller mold. And this one, this wax melt will last a long time in there, but you could cut it up and just use pieces of it so that you're not heating the whole thing at once. Oh, and another thing you can do with these wax melts is some people will just use them as potpourri. So it won't have a super strong smell, but it does smell nice. And like not as strong as potpourri is what I'm getting at, but people will use this as a natural potpourri, put this amongst their potpourri or by itself to scent a space. All right, so there is the recipe box. And I've got one more new product to show you, and that is our DIY kit that I think you're going to have a lot of fun with. And I am very excited to make with my kids, as we're actually going to homeschool this year. It's our first time homeschooling. And as kind of like a celebration, send off, For our homeschooling, I want to do this DIY kit with our girls. My girls I have 2 older girls who are school aged, and then I have 2 younger kids. So with my older kids, I'm going to make these candles, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. I just need to give myself enough room to open this kit. All right, so our DIY kits, if you go on our site, we've got a bunch of DIY kits, and this kit gives you everything except some kits contain some kits recipes need common household ingredients like baking soda or cornstarch. We don't include that. But this candle kit doesn't have any ingredients like that. But the DIY kits, we've got a bunch of them on our website. My favorites are this candle kit, our perfume kit, which uses essential oils to make natural perfume, our shampoo kit, and our conditioner bars. But they're all really great. I also really like our face cleansing bars. Anyway, if you've used one of our DIY kits, last month we released some really fun bath bombs that go have really big reactions. So, but let's talk about our candle kit. This one is not a subscription box. It's a standalone product. And here we go. In this kit, you will get our new soy wax, which is really fun to work with. We usually have a mix of beginners and experts in our groups. And so this clean burn soy wax is really great wax for beginners, but it's also really great for experts too. It works really well. It holds a lot of essential oil or fragrance, and so your candles can smell stronger. If it also adheres well to glass without creating frosting, and which is, if you've worked with soy wax before, that's common. And it also, I haven't noticed any pitting on my candles that I've made with this. So that's another great benefit of this. So you get a big bag of soy wax. You also get some new candle vessels that are so pretty. So in this kit, you'll get green ones or sage colored, and they also come with dust lids. Take a look at that. You get 2 of them. This kit allows you to make 2 candles. Look how pretty. I love this color. And it's got a dust lid on it, so it's really nice to gift. It just feels finished. So you get 2 of these, and they're ceramic. And you can't use any old ceramic in a candle recipe. It's lined on the inside, so with a glaze to make it safe for candle usage. You also get two wick stickers, 2 wick clips, 2 wicks, a recipe card, and 2 little postcards that says a candle made just for you. And on the back, it says, I made this candle while thinking of you. On the wick, I wrote a special message so that as it burns, it may remind you, and you can write that special message on the back of the card. You also get bergamot essential oil, and a new ingredient to Simply Earth, and that is a safer fragrance oil. So this is not a totally natural ingredient. This is a synthetic plus some natural ingredients meant to be in candles and be clean burning. So Palo Santo Safer Fragrance Oil. And this is so that you can really have that wow smelling candle as you walk into a room. Essential oils just won't give you that. It'll be a nice soft smell. And essential oils are totally natural, but they won't give you that amazing, whoa, that smells good candle smell. And so we have a safer fragrance oil called Palo Santo that you'll use in this kit. So you guys can give us feedback on that. We have some more safer fragrance oils that will be launching later this month to be used in candles. They can also be used in other DIY products like perfumes and reed diffusers. You shouldn't put them in a traditional diffuser like this because they're not meant to be shot up into the air with mist or something like that. You can use it on like a passive flower diffuser, but you don't want to put it on a diffuser like this. It's just not meant for that. It'll smell like, it'll be too strong of a smell for that. But you can make long-lasting perfumes with it. You can make long-lasting reed diffusers with it, and you can make basically any product that you really want smell to shine is when you would want to use one of our new safer fragrance oils. They're phthalate-free, paraben-free, and they fall under the clean fragrance category. If you are trying to live like as naturally as possible, essential oils are the more natural option. I want to be very clear about that. These are made with synthetic chemicals and natural chemicals to bring you that strong smell. So if your goal is to be totally natural with all your products, you'll want to stick with essential oils. But if you want that beautiful, boom, that smells good candle, I think you'll really like these, our new safer fragrance oils. So Palo Santo, I see someone asking, what does it smell like? And it's an oil traditionally used, or it's a smell traditionally used in incense. It doesn't have that, it doesn't remind me specifically of incense, but that might give you an idea. What does it smell like? It is smoky, amber, and woody. I'm going to read you the back of it. It's a sophisticated woody scent that ignites a feeling of warmth and nostalgia, is what this scent is used for. So you'll use these two oils to make your candles. And it smells really good, and it's going to smell really, it's going to give you that. This smells like a candle I could have bought from the store, but I made it myself, and I'm using safer ingredients. And the reason I want to make this kit with my girls is we have a step, on the kit to write a message on the wicks. So, for example, you could write shine bright. You could keep it, candle related. And I know some of you probably have some kids going off to college or have someone who's moving. This makes a great gift where you can write a message on the wick and share that message on the card so that it feels really heartfelt and homemade. And I know like something like this, if I in a conversation, I will have a hard time telling someone like what I want to say. This is another avenue of saying I really care about what you're going through. When you burn this candle, I hope you think of how loved you are, or that I'm here for you, or you can do this. So I think I'm really excited about this candle. And that aspect. And August is a good time of new beginnings. And this is a great kit to use around New Year's Eve or on a date night where you want to create a special message that you think about when you burn your candle. Or if you have a morning routine where you really try to set yourself up mentally, really intentionally, this kit is a good way to do that, because as you can burn the candle, you can remember your special message that you wrote. All right, a lot of you are really liking these safer fragrance oils ideas in this kit, so that's awesome. Rivki, you're asking, is there any toxins in these synthetic fragrances? Like, will it give you a headache? It doesn't give me a headache, and I am prone to headaches. You're asking, is there anything toxic in there? This is meant to be a clean fragrance oil, and I think it can be hard to say, like, totally. How am I trying to phrase this? An essential oil is more natural and safer to breathe in than anything that has a synthetic fragrance in it. So if you're comparing the two, an essential oil is safer. As far as fragrances go, this is about as clean as it gets. So if your goal is to totally live with as natural as possible, you'll want to make your recipes still with essential oils. And we're going to, any recipe that we create will still have essential oil options. If your goal is to have that strong smell that's cleaner than a candle you'd buy from the store, this is the really great option. And Darlene says, can't wait. So we want us to be really intentional with the name there, that it's a safer fragrance oil, you know? It's not an essential oil. I don't want to put the two next to each other as being equally natural and totally equal. The essential oil is more natural and cleaner, but as far as fragrance oils goes, this is about as clean as you can make them. And Rivki says, super excited to try Palo Santo. That's awesome. And Brenda definitely loves to make these candles. That's awesome. And Lauren says, you're clear. Great. Good. I want to be as transparent as possible. So that's awesome. Okay, so this DIY kit is linked below, and I'll share what me and my daughters write on our Wix and on my page, and it's going to be really fun. And this will be something I think I do with my husband around Christmas time as we try to think about how we want to live through our next year, who is right here. Say hi. And yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are excited about it. It's awesome. So we've got more coming later this month. We wanted to get your feedback on this one before we launched the rest of them. And they give you options to make things that you can't make with essential oils. And it's the cleanest option we've been able to find while still having that long-lasting, powerful scent. It's really opened different areas of DIYs for me that you'll see in upcoming months that I haven't been able to do with essential oils by themselves. So I'm looking forward to you guys trying them in the new different DIYs. Jackie's excited for this kit. And you mentioned that church members would be excited. Yeah, you can write a Bible verse on here. There's a lot of different things. A great gift for teachers. Love that. You can thank them for all the hard work they do in creating a wonderful environment for your kids. That's great. And Rifki says, thanks for all your products and constantly launching new ones. Thanks for changing my life for the better. Thank you, Rifki. Thanks for choosing Simply Earth and joining us. It means a lot. And so glad you guys are with us. So if you'd like to see me make these candles live, my plan right now is to make a candle from here and then also a candle from the recipe box for my live on August 21. I would love for you to join me. You can see me tips and tricks. Sometimes watching someone do something live, you just catch something that you're like, oh, that makes everything different, or that makes things a little bit easier. And also, it's really fun. So you can ask questions. I'll do my best to answer them, and we can keep going from there. So yeah. All right. So thanks, guys. I will see you on August 21. And also, when you make recipes, share them in the Facebook group. We choose one winner to win a $100 gift card to Simply Earth. And that's a big win for sharing a picture. And you can do that in our Facebook group or on your own personal social medias. Just make sure to tag us. Kendra, hi. So glad you're here. We're just finishing up. But the replay will be available. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining me. We love you. Thanks for being part of our amazing community. And Brenda, you're saying changed your life and families over the last 3.5 years. Thanks, Brenda. That means a lot. We're just, thank you. All right, guys, I will see you in a couple weeks live, but you'll see me in the Facebook group. I'll be there like every day.